Welcome back to Xbox Corner. My name is Alex and today we're taking a look at the Xbox Store's Ultimate Sale, and I'll be covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. This will actually be our last video on this particular sale though, as it does come to an end on August 6th. So we're kind of rounding things up here. We're picking up any final deals that may be worth a look. So hit subscribe, join our growing Xbox family, and let's get started. So before we do start, this is actually our third video on the Ultimate Sale. I've linked the previous two videos in the pinned comment down below. Now, one was Any Price Goes, as is today's video, and one of them, that was actually deals exclusively coming in under $10 or your local currency. With that in mind though, you know, two videos in already, do expect today's video just to be maybe a little bit shorter than the norm. As always then as well, the majority of today's list, they are rocking new all-time low prices. So first up this week, Forza Motorsport 7. Now, not actually a part of the Ultimate Sale, this one, but do know it's on sale now for the next month with 3 tiers, all offering 75% off. That's going to be the Standard Edition, Deluxe and Ultimate. The reason it will actually be taken offline come September 16th and removed from Game Pass entirely as it ends its life cycle. The reason this happens with all Forza entries is because they license the approval to use the cars, and that deal, it is about to expire. If you do pick it up now though, you will always be able to download it and play online, so take a look if you're a fan of this entry, as we are still a little ways off of that next entry for the Motorsport name. Alright, so last week saw the release of the incredible Microsoft Flight Simulator on Game Pass, but if you are more into your arcade experiences, then check out Ace Combat 7 Deluxe Edition. It's a new low price with 75% off, and the Deluxe in the name, it actually throws in 3 additional planes and 3 additional missions. Come here though if you want a whole lot of dogfighting, as you're basically heading into war, but it's super fast paced, and the story, you know, war is upon us and you're going to be flying into action. It really is though good stuff. Talking about classics, Batman Arkham Collection. Now this is Rocksteady's trilogy of games and they are near perfect as superhero games go. My personal favourite out of the 3 of them is still Arkham Asylum, where it all started. It was more self-contained, more claustrophobic in its location design, but it just made for some incredible stealth and combat moments. City and Night, which would follow, they went for a more kind of open world sense to things just to kind of expand on the concept, but overall it's good stuff. It throws in all the DLC as well, so yeah, it's a huge amount of content, and it's a new low price with 80% off. La-Mulana 2 then, with its first ever sale of 40% off. We actually spoke to the first entry last week. This is of course the sequel, and it's for sure more of the same, but if you enjoyed the first one's kind of particular brand of, let's say, hardcore action platforming, then this may well be worth a pickup as well. Now I did warn in last week's video though with the first, and I will be doing the same here, these are some of the most challenging retro experiences out there. In this entry though, you can expect to be playing as the daughter exploring these ruins, and the average playthrough, just to give you an idea here, it's going to be close to 50 hours. A couple of older games then, The Force Unleashed and The Force Unleashed 2. They are both on sale, and the price you see above, that is each, not for both, just as a warning. Now I wish that was a combined price myself, but that would be incredibly cheap. This though is Star Wars Goes kind of action adventure, and while it's not as deep as say the recent Fallen Order, I thought they were a lot of fun as they cast you as Darth Vader's secret apprentice, that is Starkiller. It's just a fun storyline though. The first is for sure the better of the two, but yeah, overall they just have a good grasp of its kind of force powers and lightsaber battles. 75% off on each, so it matches the low price, and I think Star Wars fans, they are for sure worth a look. Talking discounts and a new batch of Game Pass deals, they did drop just yesterday, including the Cyberpunk twin-stick shooter RPG, The Ascent, and if you haven't seen them yet, check out our weekly video of what's coming and going each week with Game Pass every single Thursday. I've linked that video though, this week's edition, down below if you do want to take a look. So my pickup of the week then, meaning I can't recommend it, it's one I've never played, but maybe you'll want to join me for the ride, and I'm grabbing 1111 Memories Retold. It's a narrative-driven adventure experience. It throws you into World War I, and it's telling the story of 2 soldiers on both sides of the front, with a story of a photographer and then a son missing in action, but it's got this unique watercolor-like visual style, and it seems to be kind of a whole lot of exploration and dialogue. I'm seeing though really positive reviews with this one. It's one I've been meaning to get for a while now, and it's here again, matching the low price with 85% off, so I figured it's time to finally jump in. Alright, so Code Vein, and this is one I was going to pick up at launch. Reviews then, they were just, I'd call okay, so I kind of waited, and I actually grabbed it relatively recently, and I was pretty impressed, honestly. It's an action RPG, and specifically it's influenced by Dark Souls, so you already kind of know what I'm going to say here, but it can be difficult, this one, basically. Do not come here looking for something to relax to. The combat will take patience and practice, but in the end, it's absolutely worth it. It also tells a pretty cool story centered around humans that are turned into vampires. It's got this great anime style to it all though, and it's a new low here with 75% off. One thing I didn't realise though kind of picking up this game as well, it actually shares the world with the incredible God Eater series. Alright, so our penultimate game of the week, told you this was going to be a bit of a quicker one, but Darksiders 3 Deluxe Edition. This is the lowest price we've ever seen with 80% off, and we haven't even seen just the base game go this low before, and that Deluxe in the name, it actually adds in a couple of paid DLCs, that's Keepers of the Voice, as well as the Crucible. I can't comment on the DLC, I haven't actually played it, but I really enjoyed the main game, surprisingly. It's kind of got mixed opinions, this one. It's kind of a relatively short spin on almost think the Dark Souls formula, but yeah, for me it did deviate from those originals, but Fury was a decent enough character, the combat for sure was still entertaining, and yeah, I just overall thought it was another great entry to this world. Expect though, I will say, some frame rate drops with this one, and it doesn't seem to matter which platform you're on, it just seems to be a problem with the game itself. Our final game of the week then, Indivisible, and this is an incredible action RPG with a focus on platforming, particularly of the kind of Metroidvania vibe. Now, I originally played this one on the Switch around its kind of launch date, but it's just a quality game that has enough unique spins on its kind of gameplay that it stands out in what is, let's face it, a crowded genre. It is a 2D experience though, which I always like to see because it just, you know, feels kind of unique compared to all the 3D offerings out there. And I think the real winner with this one, it's got to be the combat system, where face buttons, they are associated to your party, and it's using almost action points that you gain through the battle. Looks great though, it feels good, and then the story, that's also decent. You're on this adventure to kind of understand your powers. RPG fans though, it's more than worth this new low of 60% off. And that's the week down. As I said, I already have 2 videos on the Ultimate Sale, which featured a lot of the kind of heavy hitters and a lot of the best budget deals. So if you didn't see it in this one, there's a good chance you'll probably find it in one of those. And I've linked them both down below as well for you all to check out if you haven't already. Without though luck, hit subscribe, join our growing Xbox family. Here on the channel, you can expect deals videos like this one twice a week, a breakdown of new Game Pass titles on Thursdays, and finally, very soon, we're going to be having comparisons of games on the Series S versus Series X, starting with the Ascent tomorrow, and then also in-depth reviews. So yeah, I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.